Okay, so today we're talking about 4 or 5 rating and functioning rule, and so just want to kind of bring your attention to what a function rule is. It's basically just like an equation. The biggest thing that you might see, we talked a little bit about this, is the in your vocabulary the f parentheses x is read as f of x. Okay, so that's just function notation. But what we want to do is a lot of this comes with just kind of taking your time and taking a look at the story problem. So this one says you can estimate the temperature by counting the number of chirps of the snowy tree cricket. The outdoor temperature is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, more than one-fourth the number of chirps the cricket makes in 1 minute. What is the function rule that represents this situation? Okay, so on here, there's a couple things that stand out to me, and one of them is 400 degrees more than one-fourth the number of chirps. Okay, so we have to ask ourselves how we're going to say this. I would say 40 more than. So the temperature you can. So the temperature is 40 degrees more than one-fourth the chirps. So I'm going to say like one-fourth C, something like that. Um, I would use that. That's the function rule. Now, um, if you had to say it into words, you would say the temperature is 40 more degrees than one-fourth the number of chirps. So it's really not that um, bad. Okay, if you're looking at the for the got it says a landfill has 50,000 tons of waste in it. Um, Each month it accumulates an average of 420 more tons of waste. What is a function rule that represents the total amount of water waste m months? So with that one, um, you could just figure out the rule. You can write the rule out. I know that the total waste is 50,000 tons plus 420 more than times the average of the waste. So I guess this is probably somewhere along the lines of 420x plus 50,000, maybe, right? Okay, not a big deal. You could probably work that out yourself. This one, the concert revenue. It says a concert seating plan is shown below. Reserve seating is sold out. The total revenue from ticket sales will depend on the number of general seating tickets sold. Write a function rule to represent the situation. What is the maximum possible total revenue? Now, if you look at this, the reserve seating is 25 bucks. It's 10 rows, 12 seats per row. General seating is 10 bucks, 30 rows, 16 seats per row. So if you think about it, R, the revenue R is from all the seats. So if I say revenue R is, well, we know that the reserve seating sold out. So if it's $25 and per ticket, and there's 10 rows, 120 seats per row, I could probably say that that's $25 times 120, right? I can figure that out. Plus, um, plus the price for the tickets for general admission, which is $10, right? And then you could probably just say, gotta see, let's see, plus $10. Hmm, how will we do this? Okay, so it'd be that plus $10 times the number of seats you sell. So we'll call that N, okay? So let's see if we can polish this up a little bit. So I'm going to go 25 times 120. That's 3,000. So I'm going to write this as the revenue is 10N plus 3,000. That's my function rule. Now I could technically write this as f of n is equal to 10n plus 3,000. Okay. Now the n stands for the number of tickets that I sell, And if you think about it, it says what's the maximum possible total revenue? Well, the maximum possible total revenue would be figure out how many seats you have in general seating. So you're going to see that this right here, the 30 times the 16. 30 times 16, I believe, is 480. So what you're going to do is say 10 times 480 plus 3,000. That in your calculator, and if we can calculate that, 10 times 480, we can go ahead and calculate 10 times 480. 10 times 480, that's that. 4,800 plus the 3,000, right? That gets me to 7,800. 7,800 is the maximum total revenue that we will make off of this concert. Make sense? It's pretty easy, right? All right, so on the got it, it says a kennel charges $15 per day to board dogs upon arrival. Each dog must have a flea bath that costs $12. Write a function rule for the total cost of n days for boarding the plus a bath. How much is a 10-day stay cost? Think of that starting amount of 12 plus the $15 per day. So you could probably go ahead and you could do the got it on your own, right? Let's look at a third problem. Is there a third one? I don't. Go back. Yeah. So third problem says write a function rule for the area of a triangle whose height is 4 inches more than twice the length of its base. What is the area of the triangle when the length of its base is 16 inches? So for this one, all right, the idea of the area of a triangle. So I remember the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. But we don't know what this is. But if we think of the triangle, here's a triangle, and then there's its base right there. There's its base right there. It says whose height is 4 inches more than twice the length of its base. So height is 4 inches more than twice the length of its base. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. So if I think about area, area is equal to 1/2 my base times 4 plus 2b, if that makes sense. So now if I go ahead and go through this, I'm going to distribute. This is a double distribution. So this is going to be 4b plus 2b squared. And now I'm going to distribute this half. So what's half of 4? That's 2. So this is b plus b squared. Or excuse me, it's 2b plus b squared is equal to the area. 2b plus b squared is equal to the area. Now it tells us that it says what is the area of the triangle with the length of its base is 16 inches. So what you're going to do is well, with the problem with the guide, it wants you to do is it wants you to answer questions 14, 15, 16, and 17, make the table of values and whatnot, draw the graph. But you can do that on your own. But with this, if they say what's the length of if its base is 16, then you just plug in 16 for the function. 2 times 16 plus 16 squared. And you go ahead and you calculate that in your calculator, which I believe is 288 square inches. Okay? So you can go ahead and finish the rest of the got it. Make sure you finish the lesson check and do you understand. That would help you for this stuff. Talks about continuous and discrete and a few other things. So I'll see you in class tomorrow, and may the force be with you.